Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be testing out the Taylor Touchdown 710 Quick Seam Latex Adhesive and the Peak Buster. And what we're going to test is I've got a UV light, and we're going to see if that method stands true to showing up in on the seam after it's put together. Inspectors will come out and do a UV test on your seam, and if it fails, you're liable for it. So we're going to test both these products and see if they hold up to it. This right here is the light that I'm using. This is the latex seam sealer that I'm going to be using. Is that slow enough? And the Peak Buster by Orcon. And I am using the Crane number 202 4-inch glue sticks that comes specifically for the pack. For the Peak Buster. So stick around and see how we do. So this is the type of carpet that I'm using. It's just a really thin nap carpet, kind of like a, I don't know, it's got some cut, I guess it's a cut loop carpet because it's got the runs and stuff in it. Anyway, let me go ahead and get them roll cut real fast. Okay, now that we got them all roll cut, I'm going to go ahead. I want to latex 2 pieces. We'll do that seam. I'll let you guys look. Again, this is this, and it's practically a brand new jug. It's like right there, so by no means is it bad. I'm going to go ahead and apply the latex to this. Well, if I can get it to, there we go. Kind of hard using a little bitty piece there. Okay, something I said in one of my videos that you had to let that dry. That is not a fact. You do not have to let this dry. You can put it together as it's wet if you only get it on the edge, as I'm doing right here. If you get it all over the back, if you get it all over this, then you have to let it dry, because if you get it here, it's not going to stick together. But as you can see, if you can get real close on that, I just got it on the very edge that's going to be joining together. Can you see that? Okay. Now, with that been done, I'm going to do 2 pieces with the Peak Buster. Let's see, where's my glue stick? I'm going to seal up 2 of these edges with this. Oh snap, I forgot that. Okay. Okay. So again, just so that you can see that there did get glue on that, I'm going to use this plastic bag so you can see it sticking to it. If you'll watch it stick. See that? Okay, let me just get close there and you can see the shiny because it's already cooled off, because I got the proper amount on there. If you get too much, it's going to stay wet longer, but if you just get it right on that edge, right there, I don't know if you can see the shiny on that. Okay, so I got the correct amount, and this one right here is not going to have any seam sealer on it. I'm going to put, this one is not going to have any sealer at all on it. I'm going to put all 3 of these seams together Once I get them put together, we're going to come back and we'll turn the lights off, shine the UV light on it here, and see if it glows like they say it does. I've never tested it myself, and I've heard a lot of people complain on my channel about if you don't seam seal it, they're going to come out with a UV light and blah 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 blah. Well, I've never had that happen. In my case, I have had a representative come out one time because of a faulty seam. It was because the carpet nap was, I don't know if some people call it road crush or reverse napped. Anyways, it was just a defective carpet, and it was on the seam, and it didn't have no seam sealer on it. And he never said nothing about nothing. They replaced the carpet free of charge, and paid me again to install it. So, but obviously a lot of people have had this happen, so I'm going to put it to the test here. We'll be right back after I put these seams together. Okay, so we got all of our seams made, and I did them just in the same order that you've seen. I'll pull that up here and let you see. This one was latex, this one was with the Peak Buster, and this one had no seam sealer at all on it. So let's turn the light out and let's see what we can see. So right off the bat, I see some little fuzzies there. Is that showing up at all in that camera, honey? Yeah? Okay. I gotta be honest with you, I don't, oh, there it is. Okay, I guess looking right there, you can see the seam sealer on it right there on the edge. See how that's glowing? Okay. Okay, so right here on the back, I don't know if you can see my thumb or not. Right there, you can see the latex on the back of the seam. As far as on the front, if an inspector was to come out, I don't know, let me try to break this seam open and see if we can see anything. Okay, so I guess that's standing out pretty good there now. I think with the seam broke open is the only way that you would tell if there was latex on it, by bending the seam back, because if your seam is together good, you're not going to be able to see it, because when it's laying flat like this, I can rub my fingers right over the seam and not see anything at all. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which this one is the Peak Buster. I'm not 100% that this even is supposed to show. I think it is supposed to light up under the glue, under the light. Let's see here. Right there, all I see is, see that? All I see is shiny. I don't see nothing glowing. So I don't know if I'll be able to break this open because it is the Peak Buster. Let's see if we can break the seam open and see if it'll show up. Where are you at? Right here. Okay. Okay, that's what's good about the Peak Buster right there. It's hard to break the seam open one. I will choose the Peak Buster over latex any day of the week. Okay. Okay, so there is the seam broke open. I think it is. It does appear to be glowing. Can you see that in the camera, honey?
This looks like a white line.
Okay, well, I think that's glowing. Let me see if there's a difference in that and the seam without anything. See if there's a difference in that. Where is that? Okay, so this seam has nothing on it. Let me get my Peak Buster seam up there again, broke open. Okay, so this is the Peak Buster seam. And this is a seam with nothing. No seam sealer at all. Sorry. No seam sealer. And the Peak Buster. I think there is a slight difference in this one right here. I don't know if it's going to show in the camera, but I think this one does look white, like it's got more white to it, rather than this one. So I think it does have just a little bit of something in it to make it glow. Now that's real evident on that. No doubt about the latex there. No doubt about the latex on that one. My curiosity was piquing about the Peak Buster. There's not a whole lot of a difference in that one and that one, but I believe there is a difference. Now, rather somebody could tell a difference, say if an inspector come out and okay, go ahead, I think that's good enough. You can turn the light on. So rather a inspector came out and had a seam with this and a seam without, I don't know, to be honest with you, if he could even tell the difference in that, because like I said, this just barely showed any lighter than the seam without anything at all, which was right here. So I don't know. The one that had the latex was definitely stood out. You could see it glowing really good. But anyway, that was the challenge. That was the test to see what showed up and what didn't show up. The latex definitely showed up, but again, you have to break the seam open to see it, or go to the end of it or something. Like whenever I folded it back, you could actually see it glowing right here on the end. The Peak Buster, you had to break it open to see any difference, and it was really faint, to be honest with you. I kind of expected more, because I'm pretty sure that they put something in that glue to make it light up under that. And this one right here, this has nothing. This is just a regular seam with no sealer. So the latex Taylor 710 seam sealer definitely stands up to a UV blacklight, so you're protected by that no matter what. Again, I think there was a little difference in the Peak Buster. I don't know if there was nothing to compare it to, if an inspector would be able to tell if it was sealed or not, rather than you can actually see, you can still see the shininess right there. So as far as a black light, I don't think he could tell anything, but you can see the shiny still right along there where that broke open. So that would be the only way I think that an inspector could tell that you sealed this seam, because I don't believe that he could tell a difference if he didn't have one right beside it that was not sealed. So there we go. I just wanted to run that little test there and see for myself, because like I said, I've heard a lot about it, and regardless of what people think about seam sealing, the latex or the Peak Buster, I think the Peak Buster is going to be the way to go, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. That's what I've been doing ever since I've had it. I don't use this stuff for sealing seams. I use this for in gullies and stuff like that, where I'm butting up to tile or something. So the Peak Buster is going to be my seam sealer of choice, even if it don't show up in the light. So that's my thoughts, and here's the proof of whatever. Take it as is. Thank you for watching.